Hi, and thank you all for joining us tonight. It's Rifki, Workforce Program Director of Met Council. In collaboration with Adaleg IT, Met Council is offering a comprehensive course for women on data visualization and Power BI. I have Menachem Feuer joining us here tonight to talk about data visualization and to answer your questions about the Microsoft Power BI certification. This course is an on-site. Hi, Menachem. Let me finish introducing you.
Sure.
This course is an on-site course in Borough Park that starts shortly after Hanukkah on December 19th. Dr Menachem Feuer is the co-founder and president of Adaleg IT. It's a program that is dedicated to addressing the tech skills gap in the Jewish community, training Jewish adults and children in communities in the United States, Canada, and abroad in a diversity of tech platforms. He oversees and directs all programs, initiatives, and partnerships at Adaleg IT, ensuring that it grows and flourishes in pursuit of its overarching mission, giving people in Jewish communities around the globe the opportunity to learn, train, and advance in digital literacy and develop skills through Adaleg IT's intensive training in fields such as coding, cloud computing, web development, and data science, so as to ultimately find placement in the IT sector. He has overseen and developed programs that have trained over 2,000 adults and children in the U.S. and Canada. Menachem.
Yes. Hello, everybody. So I'm very happy to be here tonight and to talk about the program that we're running with the Met Council. So to do so, just talk a little bit about data and then the world we live in. The world that we live in right now is a digital world, and the oil in this, so to speak, oil is a major commodity, and all cars run on oil. Our world runs on data. The entire world runs on data. And one of the big explosions that happen is something that's called cloud computing. And cloud computing makes it possible for tons and tons of information and data to be used by all types of things, by cars, by cell phones, by computers, to create the internet and to create all these huge things going on in the world that are creating lots of capital flows, money flows, and data flows in our world, which make things happen a lot quicker than ever has happened in the history of humankind. So right now we're in a very interesting time where tons of companies have a lot of data at their disposal. A lot of companies have all this data, but they don't know what to do with all this data. And they need people who are experts to come in and to explain to them what to do with their data in order to make money and to save money. So I'll be talking about that in a little while. But I'll talk first about what this course is about. This course, we're going to learn about data visualization through a platform called Power BI, which I'll explain after I explain what data visualization is. So data visualization is a graphic representation of information in data. So it's like taking data and turning it into graphs, into things that people could look at to make better decisions. Because if you're a company owner or you're on the board of a company and you see all these numbers, all this data, it's really hard to comprehend unless you have some kind of visual representation of what this data is. And it's hard to make decisions on it without that. So the visualizing data is a very important thing today, and it helps a lot of people to make decisions. So by using visual elements like charts and graphs and maps, data visualization tools provide an accessible way to see and understand trends, outliers, and patterns in data. In today's world, where data is being generated at an unprecedented rate, data visualization has become an essential tool for making sense of the vast amounts of information available. It helps to turn raw data into insights that can inform decision-making, real patterns in relationships, and communicate complex ideas in a clear and concise manner. With the rise of big data and the increasing need for data-driven decision-making, data visualization has become more relevant than ever. So we have data visualization, but in order to create data visualization, you need a platform to do that with. You need a technology. And the technology that we're going to be using is called, and we're going to be, in this class, you're going to be working with this and understanding what data is, how to analyze data, how to clean data, and how to take that data and how to categorize that data and turn it into data visualizations. The platform that we're going to be using, technology, is called Power BI. Now, Power BI means Power Business Intelligence. Power BI. It's a business analytics tool which is developed by Microsoft, and today it is the most popular data analytics and data visualization tool out there. It is used by more companies than any other technological platform. So in clear terms, Power BI allows businesses to gather, analyze, and visualize their data in a meaningful and interactive way. It helps transform raw data into actionable insights, enabling informed decision-making. So here's a breakdown of how Power BI can help businesses to do two things, and I think this is what I think is very important for everybody in this call to understand, is that Power BI can help with the bottom line, which is broken down into two different things: saving money and making money. Every company wants to do those two things. That's the bottom line. So the first thing to keep in consideration with Power BI is that it can help with data consolidation. Now, this is a really big issue because there's data all over the place. So consolidating data is a way of bringing all data together in one place. That's a really hard thing to do. This platform helps to do that. Now, how does data consolidation do that in terms of saving money? So instead of managing data in separate spreadsheets or databases, like, you can have all these different tabs open on a browser or with all these different spreadsheets. It's very confusing. In the past, you didn't have computers, you have all these papers all over the place. It's a mess, and it's really a big problem to deal with. So Power BI allows businesses to consolidate all that data from various sources into a single unified platform. And it streamlines data management and reduces the time and effort required to gather and update information. That saves a lot of money. So all the time that goes into gathering data, all of that is totally reduced. And a person who has the skills in Power BI is able to save a lot of money by bringing all that data, all those different spreadsheets, all those different things into one platform. And it's a really incredible thing. And time is money. And the other thing data consolidation can do is it can help to make money. So by having a consolidated view of data, businesses can identify patterns, trends, and correlations that may not be apparent when data is scattered all over the place. So when you have it all together like this and you see trends, you're able to say, okay, this is where the money is going. So this is where the interest is going in this or that product. Let's invest in this. Let's do this. So this insight can lead to more effective strategies and can help to capitalize on market opportunities and increase revenue. Another thing that Power BI provides is our interactive dashboards. So dashboards are have different types of there are different dashboards which have different types of correlations of data that are used. So when you bring all these different types of dashboards together, you can save money because Power BI enables the creation of interactive dashboards that provide real-time insights, like stuff happening in real time, and this reduces the need for manual data analysis, saving time and resources. So instead, if you have real-time insights, instead of you having to go make the efforts to go look for things, it's already there. It's already going to come directly to the company. They could see real-time data as opposed to you searching for real-time data and bring it, slugging it up, so to speak. How do you make money on interactive dashboards? Interactive dashboards allow users of these programs to explore data dynamically. So you can go take a look at this, you can look at that, you can move from one dashboard to another and explain things. This can lead to quicker identification of areas of improvement, optimizing business processes, and leading to increased efficiency and profitability. Another thing that's really good about this is what's called automated reporting. So in terms of saving money, Power BI automates the process of generating reports, which is really hard to make a report. If you just do every single report for a company regarding its data and what's going on, it takes a long time. So this eliminates the need for manual report creation, distribution, saves time, and it reduces the risk of errors. In terms of making money, automated reporting is great because you have timely and accurate reporting, which is crucial for informed decision making. And with automated reporting, businesses can respond quickly to market changes, identify new trends that are happening in real time, and make strategic decisions that positively impact the bottom line. The other thing it provides is predictive analytics. So in terms of saving money, Power BI includes features for predictive analytics, like where things are going to go, where things are not, like downward trends, allowing businesses to forecast trends of potential issues. and this helps to make proactive decision-making and risk mitigation, which is really good because you could say, okay, this isn't going to a good place, and our data is revealing this. Our predictive analytics is revealing what's going to happen in the future. In terms of making money, you could leverage the predictive analytics from Power BI, and businesses can anticipate customer behavior, demand fluctuations, and market shifts. And this insight allows for strategic planning, enabling businesses to capitalize on opportunities and stay ahead of their competition. Another thing that's very important with Power BI is cost monitoring. Cost is very important for any company, any business. And of course, every company wants to reduce costs. They want to manufacture products or provide services that are cost effective. So in terms of saving money, Power BI can be used to monitor and analyze costs across different aspects of the business. And this can help to identify areas where costs can be reduced or optimized. In terms of making money, Power BI can be used in terms of cost monitoring to understand cost structures. And this allows businesses to have better, more competitive pricing and to maximize their profit margins and to allocate resources efficiently to contribute to more financial success. Now, I was talking with people at the Met Council about Brooklyn. We were talking about the area that you're in and the types of businesses that are out there. So there's a few things that came to mind about this, and not very specific. So I heard that in Brooklyn, well, a lot of the types of businesses that are out there, there's a lot of product manufacturing companies. There's also healthcare companies and nursing homes. So I broke things down into a few different topics in terms of both of these types of types of businesses which you may be working in. So in terms of data consolidation and analysis, at a product manufacturing company, imagine you have a certain product you're making. So Power BI can consolidate all the data from different manufacturing processes that are in that factory. They can help businesses to monitor the production efficiency, identify where the bottlenecks are, and also help to optimize workflows. This could provide insights into product quality, inventory levels, and supply chain management in real time. So it's a great thing to have on hand, because you could have all that data and you could visualize that data and show what's going on. So a person who's running a company or people or managers to see that kind of stuff would really help things out in a really big way for a product manufacturing company. In terms of a healthcare company and nursing home, Power BI could allow healthcare organizations to analyze patient data, track treatment outcomes, and to manage resources efficiently. For nursing homes, it can aid in resident care, planning, staff scheduling, and compliance reporting, which is very important. So it's an incredible tool. And also in terms of inventory and supply chain optimization, it's something you have in both types of businesses and product manufacturing and healthcare companies and nursing homes. So in terms of inventory and supply chain optimization, Power BI can help to monitor inventory levels, like what's the inventory. Like for instance, over here in Toronto, we ran a program with a number of people in the community, and one of them was a kashrus organization, and they need to know all the inventory that's going on in all these different places. I were able to work with Power BI to be able to track all these different companies that they serve in terms of kashrus. So if a product manufacturing company, you can monitor inventory levels, track supply chain performance, identify trends in product demand. And this allows manufacturing companies to optimize their inventory and reduce carrying costs and ensure timely production. In terms of healthcare companies and nursing homes, Power BI assists in managing medical supplies, tracking medication usage, and optimizing inventory levels. This ensures that healthcare providers have the necessary resources to deliver quality care. In terms of financial analysis and budgeting, something you find in product manufacturing companies and healthcare companies, Power BI can be used to analyze financial data, track expenses, monitor profitability, and aids in budgeting and forecasting, and allows businesses to make informed financial decisions. In terms of healthcare and nursing homes, Power BI facilitates financial analysis for healthcare organizations, helping them to manage budgets, track expenditures, and allocate resources effectively.
If I can just jump in here, Menachem, for those of you
Sure.
just joining us, we have Menachem Feuer here, who's with Adaleg IT. We're collaborating with them so that we can bring you a data visualization course for women. He's sharing a lot of information about data visualization, how it's used, and who's a good candidate for a course like this. The course takes place in Borough Park and starts shortly after Hanukkah. It runs for three months. We're going to share more information about the course. You can call 718-608-7065, extension 111 to find out more information. That's 718-608-7065, extension 111 for more information. Let's get back to Menachem and hear more about data visualization.
Sure. All right, so I was giving some examples of how Power BI could be used in different types of companies. Two predominant companies in Brooklyn being product manufacturing companies and healthcare companies and nursing homes. So here's another few examples. I want to give some particular examples to show how it works. Imagine another one is like patient and resident care analytics. So healthcare companies and nursing homes can use Power BI to analyze patient outcomes, monitor treatment effectiveness, and identify areas for improvement in care delivery. In nursing homes, it can assist in resident well-being assessments and personalized care planning. So another very important thing is compliance. Every company has compliance, whether it's a product manufacturing business or whether it's healthcare or nursing homes, all of them have to be compliant. So this is an important thing, and Power BI can help with compliance. So Power BI helps to generate reports to meet regulatory companies' requirements in the healthcare industry, and you could design dashboards and everything that provide that data for those reports and provide those reports. Streamlines the reporting process, ensures that businesses adhere to industry standards and guidelines. Another very important thing, the last things I'll mention here before we move on here, is every company, a very important thing for every company is the employee performance and scheduling. Two very, very important things, two very complicated things to monitor, two very complicated things to construct and to maintain, because things are constantly changing. Employees come and go. Employees constantly have to be monitored to understand their performance, to assess their performance. And in terms of scheduling is a constant issue. Anybody knows who works with the business or works with nursing homes or in the healthcare industry knows that scheduling is an issue. Things are constantly changing. Scheduling has to constantly change, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. So in terms of product manufacturing companies, Power BI can be used to monitor employee performance, track labor efficiency, optimize production schedules. It can help businesses to ensure that staffing levels align with production demands. In terms of healthcare companies and nursing homes, Power BI assists in staff scheduling, monitoring employee performance, and ensuring compliance and labor regulations. Like, these are all things that Power BI can be used for. I'm just giving you two examples from businesses and businesses in Brooklyn that I understand are prevalent in the community. So I chose those two to break down. So Power BI is a very valuable tool for Jewish businesses in Brooklyn, provides data-driven insights that contribute to operational efficiency, cost optimization, and informed decision-making across these different industries, including product manufacturing, healthcare, and nursing homes. So it's important data is so important today. And again, as I said, this kind of course is really cool, is really great, and I've seen it because we've run this a few different years, is that a lot of companies today, as I said in the beginning, have data, they have information, but they don't know what to do with it, and they don't know how to garner insights from it. And somebody with this type of skill to come into a company, to come into a nursing home, to come into a healthcare organization, and to use this, and to use this as a tool, data visualization, to increase efficiency, to increase reporting and things in data in real time, can save a company or a nursing home a lot of money, and could also increase money based on forecasting that could be visualized. So there's a lot of really great benefits. It's a great skill, and coming into, and since it's very cutting edge right now, it's very in high demand. And if you're in a company that doesn't have it, you can come in, an organization that has it, you come and say, oh, I know Power BI. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Hello? Yes.
Hello?
I think you're good. Yes.
Okay, sorry about that.
I wanted to ask you about nonprofits keeping track of donations.
Sure.
Would Power BI help those? And Amazon sellers, those are also big industries in the area.
Absolutely.
Do they have use for Power BI analysts?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd say nonprofits for sure. Tracking donors, understanding the trends of donors, what types of things that donors do, what types of things work, what types of campaigns work, what types of campaigns don't work, what times of the year are good, what times of the year are not good. There's so many different factors that you could bring with Power BI and data visualization. If you take that data, bring it together in one platform, and you can see what works and what doesn't work. You can take all those different data trends for a nonprofit and figure out what's the best, what are the best things to do, best practices, best, in terms of donors, what donors work, what's the best kind of campaigns, what campaigns worked and didn't. By basically bringing all that data together and visualizing that data makes it easier to understand what those things are and how to act on them. In terms of e-commerce, absolutely. Product tracking, understanding what products and services are doing better than others and what are not. Being able to figure out, based on projections that are created through data visualization, what things are working, what to continue doing, and what to stop doing. So there's a lot of different angles that could be used with data visualization. It all depends on how you aggregate that data in using the Power BI platform. So there's a lot of great things that can be done that way.
One of the questions that came into us was whether somebody can utilize Power BI at their current place of work, regardless of where that would be.
Absolutely. Every work, wherever you are, there's data. Every work has Excel sheets. There's data everywhere. And the question is, what do you do with that data? That Power BI can use that data and can visualize the data. Yes, absolutely. Even if it's a small business, even a convenience store. I talked to someone recently, a few weeks ago, about how she uses Power BI to manage a convenience store. It's something so simple as a convenience store. You can use that to understand, what products are doing well, what products aren't doing well, what are the best buying times during the day, what things should be focused on, what not focused on, what is wasteful, what's not wasteful spending. She was using this for convenience store. Sorry.
You mentioned Excel. Does it also integrate well with platforms like Salesforce and QuickBooks?
Absolutely. It all integrates. That's the great thing about Power BI. It's a Microsoft product, and all their other services can integrate with them, and even services outside such as Salesforce and QuickBooks can also integrate with Power BI.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So for someone to be successful in this course, what skills do they need to possess to succeed at this?
Sure. So one thing is that they have to be eager and ready to learn and focused on continuous learning. Every day they have to be very proactive. They have to be readiness is an important thing. In Hebrew, it's like zrizas. They need to have zrizas when they come into this. It's really important, and they have to be. The idea that they have to get the learning is never going to stop. There's going to every class, every lab is going to be something new, and they should be open for that. The other very, very important thing for this, and especially because you're dealing with data, you're dealing with statistics, you're dealing with stuff with analytics, is you have to be interested in problem solving. Identifying a problem and figuring out how data can be used to solve that problem, and what types of dashboards need to be designed, what types of things need to be focused on and not focused on. So that's very important. Problem solving is very important. So if you're keen on problem solving, identifying problems and solving those problems, that's a really good thing. Another thing is it's good to have a good grasp of Excel and Excel-based formulas. Everybody these days uses Excel. A lot of people do. So it's important to understand how Excel works. We'll be talking about that in the course, but it's important to have some kind of background in Excel and working with Excel.
So what happens once the course is over? Where does one go? I finished the course. I know Power BI.
Sure.
What happens now?
Okay, so one of the things that we're doing in this course is that we're not just teaching you about the platform, how to use it, and understand data and how to use data. We're also actually prepping you for an exam in Power BI. So what we would do is we would direct you to a test center, a Microsoft test center in New York City, and you take a Power BI certification test. And the Met Council is involved with that, I guess, in some way.
Yes, the Met Council will subsidize the exam if you pass the exam. So
Excellent.
That's cool.
Very cool. Another thing a person can do is a person can practice. You could use it in your workplace, wherever you work. Like, for instance, if you work at a convenience store, if you work at a manufacturer, if you work in a nursing home, what have you, you could go to the boss and you could say, would you be open to sharing your data with me? Because I'd like to work with it and to do something with it because I just learned Power BI. This could actually help your business out. So you could practice that way and do it for pay. You could say, I'd like to do this, and if you like what I'm doing, then maybe I could do more of this. So there's always, every company has data, and it'd be a good thing after this course is over to practice what you've learned and actually to make money from it or to try it out in the company that you work for. Another thing you can...
Met Council Career Access is also, we have staff that's there to support you and help you find your next job.
Absolutely. Yeah, and in terms of the next job, you can also apply for a new position within your own company or another place, based on the skill that you have. You could look in your company and for data analytics types of positions. And if they don't have them, you could maybe even create a position for yourself. I mean, there's a really good case to be made for use of the analysis of data. And I don't know anybody who runs a business who would say no to that. That just doesn't make sense unless they're not thinking about making money or saving money based on their data. Just doesn't make sense.
I just want to interrupt here for those of you who are just joining, and we have another few questions that people sent in to us that I still want to discuss with Menachem Feuer, who's from Adaleg IT, with whom we're partnering to bring you this amazing course on data visualization for women with the Met Council. The course is on site in Borough Park. It starts December 19th, which is the Tuesday right after Hanukkah. Classes are twice a week. Sunday mornings from 9:30 to 12:30 and Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 9:30. The course runs for 3 whole months. There are limited slots left, so register soon. We do have a minimal course fee, which is fully refundable. For more information, you can call 718-608-7065, extension 111. If you leave a message, somebody will call you back. That number again is 718-608-7065, extension 111, 718-608-7065, extension 111. Let's go back to the questions. One of the questions here is, are there part-time or remote opportunities available using the Power BI skill set?
Yes, absolutely. There's remote work available, and there's also people can work either for a company or you can work independently. There's all types of jobs out there right now, especially in the world that we live in with remote work. You can do stuff all over the place. You could work for a company the other side of the country or the other side of the planet, to do this type of work.
Part-time also?
Yeah, for sure, part-time. You could do, you could have your work and you could do part-time work in terms of project work, for sure.
Okay. Just by taking the Power BI certification exam and just having this particular skill, is there anything else you would need in order to qualify for a job? Or is this something that's complete in and of itself?
I always tell people, the people that take our programs that we run on our own and other programs that we work with, it's always good to do work for people to show that, to do projects, to complete things. There are a lot of nonprofits out there in Brooklyn and in New York City that could definitely use some help with this. And you could go to them, and you could do sometimes to do work even for free. I mean, it's not the optimal thing to do, but it does helps you to build your resume. You can say, oh, I work for this charity. I developed this dashboard for them. I did this type of stuff with Power BI, this type of data visualization, these interactive dashboards. That kind of stuff is good. So whenever there's an opportunity for you to work with data, and there are tons of them out there, that's going to be great for your resume, and that's going to be something that you could use, no question. And it's very good for you. The more you do, the more you have, the more you can, the more types of work you can get, and the better jobs you can get, for sure.
Okay. Now here's a tricky question. What's
Sure.
the starting salary? I know that's going to be a difficult one to answer. Can you give us an idea of what we're talking about?
Yeah, sure. So data science, these are like higher level jobs, but data analytics, Power BI types of jobs, I'd say, first of all, you'd be starting off as a junior. So in any industry, and especially in tech, junior salaries are usually fairly quite similar. It could be anywhere between $50,000 and $65,000 starting salary, and then you work your way up. Usually, those are the types of salaries you can start off with, and they go even higher because with data analytics, it's a very high demand, and the more that you could do with data visualization, the higher salary you can get, no question. But I'm saying these are like junior salaries; they start off at that level, usually.
And you grow pretty quickly in this area? Is this something that has potential?
Yeah, absolutely. There's great earning potential in data analytics, especially right now. Data is very hot. Data analytics is very hot. Data visualization is very hot right now. Companies really want this to get ahead, so they want to know what to do with their data. So it's a really good time to do this right now, and I think there's a lot of earning potential, no question. If you go online, you can go check it out. You can Google it. You could go check out. Go to like Glassdoor and check out the types of salaries in data visualization, data analytics. You'll see for yourself.
Amazing. Anything else you'd like to share with
us? No, I'm just very. I just want to say that wish whoever joins this program. I hope you do choose to join us. We have great teachers. Our lead teacher is someone who's been doing this has a great job and has been teaching for us for a few years. Also, at the same time, he's a professional and working with Power BI. Works in a very, very large MSP, main service provider in Canada, and he's a great teacher. He's highly articulate and he's rigorous. And we have a great TA as well, who's also in the industry. The thing at Adaleg that we do, which is a hallmark of what we do, is that we just don't have people who are teachers who are academic. We make sure that everybody who teaches in our programs has a foot in the business world. So you're going to be getting not just learning about Power BI, but also mentorship from people who know what it's like to actually do this in business and get paid very well for it. So I think it's a great opportunity, and Met Council is bringing this to you with us, and I'm very happy to be working together with them. And I hope you choose this program. And I'd be happy to, I'm a very busy guy, but I'd be happy to talk to anybody if anyone wants to reach out to me, during the course or at any time. I'd be happy to find time to speak with you.
Can you tell us a little bit about the class size and why you do it that way? And can you also share the course structure, the way the course is set up with the lectures and labs, and what you'll be covering in the class, like what you start with, and just the course structure a little bit?
Sure, absolutely. Well, sure, absolutely. One of the things that we do when we run programs is that we always make sure that we have small classes. Like in really big, these Ivy League schools, these very expensive people spend, crazy amounts of money, like $70,000 to $80,000 a year to send their kids to universities. Now, one of the big reasons that they spend so much money for them is not just because they're prestigious. That's a big part of it, but because they're very small classes. That's what people really pay for. And that's what we think it's very important, because the smaller class that you have, the more attention you get. And the great thing about what we're doing is, we try to keep our classes under 15 people, 10 to 15 people when we run them. And that means that every single person in the class will get attention. Not only is the teacher there with them, but you also have a TA. So you have you have the attention of the teacher and the TA for 10 to 15 people. And it's a lot of individual attention that way. There's a lot of support for students. Also, the Met Council can also provide some support as well on that end. So we're invested in your success, and that's the important thing. In terms of the course structure, the way we have it is we always do it like we have, when we run classes, we actually do a lot more. We do like 9 hours a week. We have like 6 hours of teaching, and then we have a 3-hour lab at the end of the week. But we also, even when we have teaching, we also try to do practical exercises. So every class is not just going to be an academic kind of exercise. You're going to learn something, and you're going to do something. We are really into practice. Practice is what it's all about. That you can not just know something, but you can show what you know. You can do something with it. So every class you can look forward to that, but there'll be one day that's totally dedicated to lab work, to doing assignments, to taking what you heard in the lecture and to turning that into something tangible. So that's going to be happening every week, and that's going to be going on for 3 months. So the way to structure it.
Can you just backtrack 2 or 3 sentences because you were breaking up?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so like we have
the lectures and then the labs.
Yeah.
You
so every week.
practice.
So every week. Yeah. So every week you're going to have a lab which is dedicated to practice, and then the other class will be a lecture, but it'll also be some type of work as well. The TA will be in the room with you during the lab and also during the main lecture to help anybody out if anybody needs some help. And there'll also be some practice as well during the lecture as well. And that will be going on for 3 months. And as we progress for the course, moving towards the end, we'll have a final project that students will do. And also at the same time, we'll be working on certification preparation towards the end as well.
Okay. And that's amazing. I'm going to have you just recap a little bit about what data visualization is after I just go through the basic information, and I'll have you recap on what data visualization is for those people that came on later. The course, once again, is on site in Borough Park. It starts on Tuesday right after Hanukkah. That's December 19th. Classes are twice a week, Sunday mornings from 9:30 to 12:30, and Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 9:30. The course runs for 3 months. There are limited slots still left to register soon. We do have a minimal course fee, which is fully refundable. For more information, you can call 718-608-7065, extension 111. If you leave a message, somebody will call you back. That number again is 718-608-7065, extension 111, 718-608-7065, extension 111. Menachem, back to you. Just recap what data visualization is all about and how Power BI helps us figure that out. Thank you.
Okay. Sure. So data visualization is the graphical representation of information and data by using visual elements like charts, graphs, maps. Data visualization tools provide an accessible way to see and understand trends, outliers, and patterns in data. In today's world, where data is being generated at an unprecedented rate, data visualization has become an essential tool for making sense of the vast amounts of information available. It helps to turn raw data into insights that can inform decision-making, reveal patterns in relationships, and communicate complex ideas in a clear and concise manner. And with the rise of big data and the increasing need for data-driven decision-making today, data visualization has become more relevant than ever. And it helps. It's very important for people not just to, like, again, can you imagine someone in a company like looking at just tons of data on all these different spreadsheets? It's overwhelming. So data visualization helps to aggregate, bring all that data together, visualize it, and help people who are decision makers to make decisions. And that's it's very important today, and it makes it the decision making process a lot more efficient and more effective. Okay.
Thank you very much.
So there's sure. My pleasure.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. We could just talk a little. Yeah, just like maybe the different types of professionals, or like data visualization, different type of professions. there's a wide range of industries. Like you could have data analysts and scientists that use data visualization to explore, analyze, and communicate their findings from large data sets. Business analysts and managers, you can use data visualization to track key performance indicators, identify trends, make data-driven decisions, all types of things. And as I mentioned before in the first part of the conversation, there are a lot of, like, the businesses are, there's two different things in using data, is saving money and making money, and this data visualization helps to do both of those things. So a lot of ways of looking at that. And also in terms of the industries that are in Brooklyn, you could have, in terms of the healthcare industry, in terms of product manufacturing, or in terms of nonprofits, as you mentioned, there's a lot of opportunities to use data visualization to help decision making, to aggregate data from different places, real-time data, and to make actionable insights that people who work in companies can draw on. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much, Menachem, for joining us. Thank
You're
you
very
all of
welcome.
us for joining us tonight. Good night.
Good night.
Thank
you.
Once more is on site in Borough Park, and for more information, you can call 718-608-7065, extension 111. That number again is 718-608-7065, extension 111. Thank you very much. Good night.
Good night.